Peace, I'll be doing a mini soulmate reading, or as I like to call it, a spiritual partnership reading. This will focus on the male and feminine energies. This could be for same-sex couples as well, whoever will embody the male energy, the female energy. I'm using the animal spirit cards, and then I'll also pull some other oracle cards too. Spirit, what messages do you have for us as we try to come into union with our spiritual helpmates? Spirit, how do we move towards spiritual unions, healing unions, where we are both allowed to express ourselves truly, where we are one with our work, with our purpose, with the Creator, the creative energy. Partnerships that allow us to be grounded and yet free at the same time. Give me 3 cards for the masculine energy. Give me 3 cards for the masculine energy, Spirit. What lessons is he learning, or what lessons is that energy learning? Could be male or female. What are the lessons of the masculine energy? The buffalo. The fire ant. And the panther. Wow. And the wolf is here as well. I'll pull this out and put it to the side. The earthworm here talks about beginnings, new beginnings, or starting at the beginning. It's a new energy here with the earthworm. Maybe just starting the journey, just starting to understand the importance of the journey here with the earthworm. Give me 3 cards for the feminine energy, Spirit. 3 cards for the feminine energy. Camel, the moth, the shark, the whale. All right. Give me a moment where I just look at the cards for a bit. The wolf here, to me, symbolizes as a pack energy. So it's the idea of following a leader or something. This kind of could be like the Hierophant card, establishment, following the rules, following the order of things. And the masculine energy could be going through this or in an environment where he's maybe restricted because of this particular type of energy, because of pack rules. When I asked about the feminine energy, this flew out, which was the vulture. It flew directly on this. It makes me think that this particular energy, this feminine energy, moved into the masculine energy's life and brought about a death. Because the vulture deals with death, but the vulture also deals with cleansing of what's dead. The idea of cleansing of what's dead or what should die. So the rebirth through death, the regeneration through death, the clearing away of the establishment, or at least alerting someone to bonds and restrictions here with the vulture card. This is a powerful energy. And this would be an energy that wouldn't hold back with the vulture. This also is a strange and different type of person, would be unusual to this wolf. This particular energy wouldn't be afraid. There's no fear in the vulture. There's no fear in the death process. There's no fear in clearing away and cleaning away. That's what the feminine energy is working towards. Not fearing, clearing away, not fearing the death and rebirth. The vulture is also a bird that's, we understand its purpose. It's important, but it's not a beautiful bird. To me it is, but we don't necessarily traditionally look at it as being a beautiful bird. And I could imagine that this energy could be somewhat frightening. This could have been a frightening energy here. Maybe not in the sense of someone being scared of it, but the change that would come with this energy would be frightening. In the masculine, the cards we have the buffalo, the fire ant, and the panther. The panther, for me, especially looking at this card, and the deck also talks about this, it's kind of like a tower card, dismantling, rebuilding, the tearing apart of something. And look at those teeth. This is something being torn apart from the inside out. This is a complete They're saying it's healing too. This is a healing energy. This could be the energy of the masculine pushing through these these restrictions that come along with the wolf. But the wolf is also a leader too, so it's not all negative. But I get the feeling that the panther is waking up to situations around him. And they're fierce now. They're ready to fight for their lives, ready to fight for who they are here. The fire ant says that the environment is tricky. There could be pain in the environment here with the fire ant. Pain in numbers. Which means that this person, it's not just this situation, they're dealing with a lot of difficult things at this time. A lot of difficult energies. But the fire ant, this is the idea of being surrounded. You're in an environment where you feel surrounded. This could be a work situation. This could be a relationship. This could be colleagues. This could be the demands of the job. This could be a partnership. This could be family obligations. But something in the environment is very uncomfortable. And this panther energy is trying to tear its way through it. This person wants to bring it down here. But the buffalo says that strength comes through pacing yourself and relying on your wisdom to navigate these difficult energies here with the fire ant. Things coming at you left and right. Things that you weren't expecting. Difficulties that you didn't count for. People saying spiteful things, nasty things. Dealing with those type of people in your environment. Dealing with negative people here with the fire ant. But the buffalo speaks of, this is to me deep wisdom, but the wisdom that comes from the stillness of the mind, tempering the panther energy, wanting to tear into something, wanting to rip it apart, wanting to bust out of the chains here with the wolf, envying the vulture energy here, the person that's not afraid of the death cycle, the clearing away, the cleaning and the clearing away. It's not the time right now here with the buffalo. The buffalo also says that you're stronger than any of these energies here. This negative environment that you could be in. People wanting things from you, the demands of others. Feeling attacked. Sometimes the attack isn't necessarily people coming at you, but it could be an energy. You could be attacking yourself too with the fire ant. But move slow, clear your mind, steady your mind, pull on your wisdom, look around you, keep quiet, pay attention to your environment, and figure out a way to move out peacefully here. The buffalo also makes me think of a peaceful transition. It's a very powerful animal. And sometimes the power comes through peace. Moving away from the fire ant energy. peacefully navigating this energy. Tempering the desire to tear it all down, to lash out. And this could be any situation. This is the environment. These are two people that are supposed to be together to do spiritual work, and this is the spiritual lessons that they're dealing with at this time. This masculine energy is trying to dismantle what's been built up, what's been falsely built up here. They've learned, or they've seen how things can be cleared away with the vulture. They met somebody who showed up in their fullness, even if this isn't a person that cares what others think of them, you know. This person isn't playing by the rules necessarily. This person deals with the clearing away, and that could be the spiritual work here, with this feminine energy, dealing with the clearing away. Clearing away what's old and what's dead, to bring in the rebirth, to bring in the new energy, the new cycle here. That should be the spiritual work for all of us. But that's her work. This person can be a powerful speaker too. That's what the Panther makes me think of. Maybe they speak with fire, or that's their gift, is to speak with fire, the ability to speak with fire. But with wisdom here with the buffalo, that could be the spiritual work here for this person. Could be a warrior, a soldier type. Speaking on behalf of the Most High. Speaking on behalf of the Mother, Father, Creator here. Pushing through the negative energy here with the fire ant. Society here. The robotic society. Pushing through that here with the Panther. And if that's not what they're doing, that's what they should be doing here. That's the spiritual work. Maybe they still will have to navigate within these confines of the establishment, but they're able to fully speak in their true voice here within these confines, or finding a way to navigate peacefully here with the buffalo. The whale makes me think of a nurturing energy, being water, full of life, full of deep emotion here with the feminine energy. The ability to share it, share deep emotion, offering it to others. We have the vulture here. We've already talked about that. We have the camel, the moth, and the shark. The moth is a beautiful card here, but it makes me think that stay on task. Stay on task with your work. When we meet spiritual partners, and people like to call them soulmates, it's this desire to just drop everything and to move in that direction and to force something before it's time, because lessons need to be learned on both sides. Don't stop somebody from learning their lesson. Don't put yourself in a position where a person can't understand or learn a lesson on their own. If they're in a negative relationship, if they're in a negative work situation, those things need to be worked through in correct timing. And the moth, just that idea of something burning bright, or being attracted to something that's bright, fluttering and moving about, with that energy, with that vibrancy. And then just when the light's out, where do you go then? This is saying that stay to task with your spiritual work. Focus on your healing. Focus on shining your light. Focus on finding a constant source for your light so that it always shines. Don't look to somebody else to light the way for you. Don't give somebody the burden of sparking your light. Create your own light. Create your own healing energy. Heal others with that energy. Stay on task. Don't get distracted. This moth energy is a beautiful energy, but it's also an energy of distraction to me. It's like burning brightly and fast and fizzling out. Burning brightly, fast, and fizzling out. Spirit will ask for some staying power, some longevity. The long haul here with the camel. The camel is able to walk many miles across the desert floor. Water stored in its humps. It carries its own nourishment here, or it carries its own replenishment here with the water. It's not replenished by anybody else. Self-contained here. It's a self-contained energy with the camel. But it's also an energy of seeing the bigger picture. This is not for you right now. And this vice versa. This is not for you. But lessons can be learned both ways, and lessons can be learned from each other. But this is not for you. This energy is not for you to delve into, because you've already brought the energy of the vulture. You've already shown what it is to come at a situation being who you fully are. To be fully aware. To be somewhat frightening, in your representation. Not to fear that. That even the vulture has to move on to find nourishment elsewhere. Looking for cleansing elsewhere. It's a constant looking for food, looking for cleansing through things that are already dead. Cleansing those energies away. Can't stay still. The vulture needs to be fed through the spiritual work. The camel says that you can do it, but the camel also says that be patient. Patience is needed. Things will not happen right now. Things might not happen next week, next month, next year, but the work is still here. The cleansing still needs to be done. The fire still needs to burn bright. The emotions still need to be shared with others. It could be a larger environment, or it could be your family. The healing still needs to be done. The show can't stop. And you want to meet each other when lessons have been learned. When foundations that are crumbling have been dismantled. Otherwise, you really have nothing to do for each other, especially if you're doing healing work. Because what happens is the vibrations have to match. The vibrations have to match for the union to fully come into being. That's why the camel is so important. That idea of holding your own replenishment, burning your own light as you move forward. Because The union is special, that two people are able to come together and heal independently in each other. But it's all about having the correct vibration to do the holy or the spiritual work that's been put forth. It's a peacefulness that creates a calm mind. And with the calmness of mind, you hear spirit better. That's what it's all about. Being able to hear spirit. You can't hear spirit in environments with a fire ant where you're constantly battling others, or you feel like you're being attacked by negative energy, or, demanding people who only want to take and only want to sting and bite. And it's hard to hear spirit in that environment. Same here. It's hard to hear spirit when you're burning brightly and you're fizzling out. When you don't know that you can replenish yourself here with the water. When you don't believe that you can go the distance. That you can go far on your own. Without the aid of anybody other than the Most High energy and your spiritual support system. You can also be dealing with changes and difficulties in environments, in your environment here. Oh, this could be your energy too. Moving forward fiercely, still kind of with the vulture. This is maybe what you should be doing. Unlike the panther, outright, the shark just kind of, you don't see it coming. So you have something to say as well. But your voice is kind of the one that creeps up and lurks out and grabs someone. You grab them with love here because you have the whale, which is an indication of deep emotional giving. With the whale energy. Don't be afraid to speak your voice too. But you also need to know when you need to lay low. And you need to watch out for your environment. In the still waters. Two people learning how to use their voices properly. One person dismantling their environment, dismantling the established environment. Another person realizing that they can go the distance alone if need be. Continue to burn bright. Just give us one card, Spirit. Calmness. All is well. Please be calm at this time as you move through these transitions and know that things will work out in accordance. Trust the journey. We give thanks. Thank you.